everyone. It is time for my Facebook Live for the week. So it is really good to see you guys here. And this time what we're going to talk about is how to get ready for a strategy session. So I wanted to just talk more about the three different components that you have to think about while you're getting ready for a free strategy session, one where you're really hoping that you're going to meet somebody who's the right kind of client for you, you're going to make an offer to help them, and you would love it if they said yes to work with you. But there is a whole dynamic around doing a strategy session, and we're not talking about that today. Today, what we're going to talk about is getting ready, getting prepared for a strategy session. And I've broken it down into three aspects. So the first is physical. What do you need to do physically to be well prepared? Mental. What do you need to do mentally in your preparation, in your approach? And then finally, emotional. What feelings, what intentions do you want to hold while you're getting ready for a strategy session? So I've made some notes and I want to make sure that I cover everything, but I wanted you, it's kind of an odd or a different way of looking at getting ready for an event. And so like I said, physically, what are you going to do? Mentally, what are the things that you're going to think? How are you going to mentally prepare? And emotionally, how do you want to feel as you're getting ready for that strategy session? And how do you want to feel as you walk in the door? So let's start with the physical. So getting ready for a free strategy session with a potential new client is super exciting. And the best way when you're doing the strategy session is to be completely with that client, to be completely present and to really add value, to really help them so that they experience some new clarity, a bit of a transformation, a real understanding about what coaching is, and a real, this light bulb of, oh, I get it. I get how you could help me and how amazing it would be to be coached by you. So that's your goal. Physically, you want to feel clean. You want to feel clear. So a few tips. I would recommend that you drink an extra glass of water just beforehand. You want to make sure that you're well hydrated. That makes your brain work better, right? So drink that extra glass of water. Be well rested. If you can, the night before, get a good night's sleep. If you can't, and your life has been super, super busy, give yourself a couple of minutes before that strategy session and close your eyes, relax for a minute, and do this. I know it sounds kind of funny, but do this thing like what I call the sound of music. So think to yourself as you're relaxing and as you're breathing and just recharging your batteries and allowing your physical body to rest. Do this. These are some of my favorite things. You know that song from The Sound of Music? These are a few of my favorite things. I love to do that, to get into that feeling of abundance and life is great, and put a little smile on your face as you're thinking about, wow, all these neat things that are happening, all of these things that you're thankful for. You'll be surprised how just moving into that space physically of rested and grateful will bring your physical energy up. Other tips that you can do, go for a 5-minute walk. Stretch your legs out, get your blood moving. If you're going to be doing the strategy session on video conference or by phone, you can jump around and dance around to your favorite song just before the call starts as well. Something to get your body alive and clear. So let me just check here if there was any other thoughts that I have. Breathing, and breathing is super important for anything that you're doing. So take a minute and really intentionally breathe through your diaphragm. Inhale a nice deep breath, hold your breath and allow the breath to escape your body. All of these things, getting your blood moving, that makes your head clear. And making sure that if you're starving, have a little snack, something little and healthy before you jump onto that call or before you go to that meeting. So that's the physical side. Now, the next thing is mentally. What do you want to do to prepare? So make sure as you're going in, and you guys know that I make these notes, right? So sorry if I'm not looking right in the eye, and I'm sorry about the reflection off the lights there, but know what you're going to do before the strategy session. Don't go in wild, don't go in random. Now, I'm not talking about having a really rigid structure, but know how you're going to approach it. That you're going to maybe spend a minute or two just getting comfortable, that you have a bit of a structure on how you want to do that strategy session so that you're guiding the session, and then your potential client is going to feel way more comfortable if you've got that path that you're going to take them on, right? They're going to feel like, okay, they know what they're doing. She knows what she's doing. He knows what he's doing. This is not random. And that he's focused or she is focused on me to see if this is something that's going to help me. So know what you're going to do. Have a rough schedule or outline. Know what your offer is. What are you selling? I'm assuming that you're going to be selling coaching services, but what exactly are you selling? Make sure that you've got a nice signature coaching program that you've got to offer, something that's really clear, that when you tell somebody about it, they can go, oh wow, I can see exactly how that might help me. So know what your offer is. Know your price, know your duration, be really well prepared in what you're selling. So think for a minute, if you were going into an awesome boutique and you went in there, you were looking for an outfit for a special event. Well, if you walked in and the people who greeted you at the front door had no idea where the ladies' clothing department was, but they wanted to help you, but they kind of directed you over there, and they directed you to kitchenwares, and then they sent you to the washroom, you'd be like, how is this person going to help me, right? How can they help me if they don't know what they're selling? And maybe, like in my case, I'm short. I'm always looking for the petite section. If you don't know where the petite section is or how to help me find something to fit me, well then how can you sell me something? So know what you're offering to the people. You also want to know really clearly, who do you want to work with? What are the kinds of people that you want to work with? And equally as important, who do you not want to work with? There's people who could use coaching, who could use your help, but they're not your people, and that's okay. So during this strategy session, you know that some of the people that you're going to talk to are people that you would love to work with, and others are not your people. So know in advance who are the people you want to work with and who are the ones that are just not for you right now. That way, when you're doing that, you are giving them your best service. There is no point in you coaching somebody who is not the right match for you. You're not going to be able to serve them the best, but you've got lots of people in the world who need your help right now. Next, ask yourself and think about this in advance. What does it mean if somebody says no? If somebody says no, no thanks. What does it mean? Does it mean anything about you? Maybe you want to give some thought to that beforehand. How do you want to approach it if they say no? Maybe they're not actually saying no. Maybe they're saying, not right now, thank you. Or tell me more. I don't quite understand everything in every way that you can help me. And what does it mean when they say yes? What does it mean to you when they say yes? Sure, you've got a new client that's coming on board, but what else does it mean? Does it mean anything about who you are or the value of who you are or what an amazing coach you are? No. Their decision to work with you or not to work with you right now has nothing to do with what an amazing coach you are. It's all about what's going on for them in their mind and in their life right now. So if you get a no or if you get a yes, it doesn't affect in any way that you are amazing and that you've got something super valuable to offer somebody. So those are some mental ideas for you. Let me just check and see what else I got here. All right. So you know what your offer is, you know who you want to work with, you know who you don't want to work with. And next, let's talk about on the emotional side. So when you go into a strategy session with somebody, you want to go in feeling good. You want to go in feeling like, I am an amazing coach. You want to go in feeling like there are lots of people who need help in this world. And this may be one of those people that I can help. I can help people with my coaching. People are looking for help all the time. So going in feeling confident, feeling sure, feeling good into that strategy session. And so allowing yourself to feel good, excited, inspired, and at the same time unattached to what they say are really important. So how do you get those feelings, those good feelings? Well, lots of those feelings start by what you say to yourself. So when you say to yourself, you know what? I'm an amazing coach and I've really helped people with my coaching. There's lots of people who are looking for help and some of them are looking for me right now. I'm curious. I'm wondering, is this person that I'm meeting, are they the right person for me? So notice how you feel when you allow that maybe they're the right person, maybe they're not the right person. Do you notice that feeling of openness, the curiosity, and that feeling of acceptance and non-attachment? And as well, at the same time, this feeling of, I love coaching and I'm a great coach, that positive feeling of how you feel when you're coaching. So next, when you're thinking about how you want to feel when you approach, you want to feel like you're ready to be of service to those people. You want to go into that strategy session with no holds barred. No matter what they decide, you want them to experience your coaching. You want them to take away a wonderful experience, more clarity, maybe a different perspective on some of their challenges, maybe a bit more self-knowledge. The fact that they feel heard, that somebody really listened to them, and that they matter, and that they're acknowledged. What do you want people to feel when they go into a strategy session with you? When you're in the midst of that strategy session, for me, I always want those people to feel like, and I know this sounds kind of weird, but that I accept them and I love them for who they are right now. I might not be the right coach for them in the future, and that's okay. But for right now, I'm going to be every bit of the best coach that I can be and love them and accept them exactly the way they are within that strategy session, because I really want to help them. And I hope that when I share that that's my perspective and my approach, I hope you can take some of that away too and just go, wow, how could I love my potential clients even more? In that strategy session, how can I make it the best coaching session for them? Many of those people maybe have never tried coaching before, and I bet that some of them will come away with their mind blown. They'll have no idea that in a short period, maybe a 30-minute period, they can feel so much better. They can have a completely different perspective on a challenge. So you're giving a real gift. So go in with that feeling of, I want to really love on them. I really want to see them and hear them and give them value. Those are the strategy sessions that are inspiring. And when you go in with that kind of feeling and those kinds of thoughts, you're going to sign up way more clients because you're going in to help somebody. And people can feel that off of you, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Before we wrap up, just wanted to run through it quickly. Getting ready for a strategy session so that you can get more clients. 3-pronged approach: physical, emotional, and mental. Go in clean and clear, drink your water, totally energized, mentally, go in well prepared. You're in charge. You know what you're going to do. You know exactly what you're going to offer to those people. And emotionally, go in feeling good and feeling of service and feeling of that I really want to help somebody. Those are the 3 things that I would love for you to think of while you go into your strategy session. Another time, we'll talk about the nuts and bolts of a strategy session. Give me a thumbs up if you'd be interested in hearing about that as well. I always look for your comments on these videos, and I know that some people join in person and some people it's not the right time. More people watch my replays than my lives, and I just wanted to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have questions, if you have things that you want to know about, pop them in the comment box. I'm always interested to hear about you. And if you have always thought of becoming a life coach and you're just not quite there yet, have a look in the description of the video. I've got a download that I've created called The Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Professional Life Coach. It's just a really great free overview of all the things for you to think about when you're deciding whether you want to be a life coach, and if you're early in the journey and you really want to have a great time and become successful quickly. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, wonderful end of the week, and a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.